And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They're going to look to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 36 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Take motion, 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 motion.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot. Switch.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Watch him now, Barney!
Back to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
4 down, check, 4 down. Go. Mike, check.
And they'll go on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
What you got? Huh? What you got? Over!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby. High five. Let's go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Over!
And they'll run it here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 17 yards to pick up there.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. And
both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sack, baby. Sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
3 down.
He'll look to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Now, keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down.
Over.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This one fielded at the 5. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's O'Brien. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Stay with your man.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit! I'm going to run you over.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Sanders has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4th. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the Panthers. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! check, Mike 21, Mike 21, check, Mike 21. You ain't going nowhere. Motion, 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 motion. Bumps up the helmet.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Leopard! Leopard! Hey, check, Mike.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
The timing and the faking on that play was so good, you almost think you're at a magical act, right? The magician has shown you something, and then you realize it's not really there. He's created an illusion, and the illusion was they were going to throw the football. Looked like a pass play. Instead, it turned into a draw. Offensive line being able to get out in front. They drew the defensive line upfield and beat them at their own game, and that's why they picked up big yardage into the secondary.
They'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Check. All right, now, lucky 56. Mike. Detroit! Okay, just like that. All right, now, lucky 56. Over.
They're going to look to throw. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight right. Watch him now, Barney. We got 4. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in
All right,
hot.
now look at
That
56.
came in hot, but
Look at
overthrown
56.
out of his reach and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check. Lucky. Leopard. Guys, stay in situation. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side. It's reeled in by Hamilton. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Gone.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
17, guys. Check him out. He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is taken at his 4. A little juke. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on 1st down. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. So we reach halftime, and what's been and just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Marquette King now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Buying time to his left. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Everybody scoot up, heavy. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Into the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
26.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. 4 down, check, check. Watch twist.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And that will swell the lead to 16. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Now let's go. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. He'll look to throw. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
4 down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
And it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going for the deep ball. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Deshaun Hamilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
that drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Two times. 4 down.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Pushing his and all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there, 77 yards, and the Broncos will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Four down.
And they'll run it here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
And he's got his target. That's more. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check Mike, check Mike.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Jamal Agnew now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hey, motion backfield, motion backfield. Detroit, Detroit. Ah!
They'll look to throw. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Wide, get wide.
On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He got 29 yards that time.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's O'Brien. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Number 29. Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They'll look to throw here. Now a desperate, and it'll be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Always got some breathing room, and it's a fumble.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Watch him now, Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
you